Things
Kaden.
back copacetic.
Everybody done settled in.
You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. We got Magic Mike. Speak my.
What's going on, world?
Yeah, let my dog. Okay.
Olo J, man. Jack Queso, Mr. Bust Down, Mr. 448, man.
Man, we already did all that intro. Y'all know who we is. You know the name. You know the game.
This is not a lie drill, nigga. This is not a fire drill, nigga. This the real thing.
Here we is. 10 corporate conspiracy theory. Y'all lock in with us real quick.
Tim Hortons' secret coffee ingredient. Tim Hortons, or Timmy's as the locals call it, is arguably the most popular coffee chain in Canada, although it's also branched out to many countries around the world. With well over 5,000 locations, it's obvious that Timmy's is doing something right.
This coffee is excellent.
And some think that that something might be nicotine. According to some, the chain secretly adds the addictive substance to its coffee to ensure that people keep coming through the door.
Thank you very much.
Of course, that's not
I can go for it. And it really, I believe it probably started on some bootlegging type timing on accident, just like Coca-Cola and cocaine. And then they seen how it worked.
So the Coke and Coca-Cola and cocaine that correlate?
Yeah, back in
That
the
was
day.
real?
Yeah, that was real.
Oh, hell no.
That was real. They used to put coke in the coca.
Yeah.
So motherfuckers been powder heads.
Smuggle it through, yeah.
That's crazy. So they was powder heads on the screen.
Yeah, like, oh, yeah. You just want to drink.
Motherfuckers tell grandma she a jug.
actually the case because that would be in violation of some major health regulations. And rest assured, the theory has been officially disproved by the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. Turns out they just make a mean cup of joe.
Taste test each cup. Coffee masters give thumbs up. Hands grab fresh brew. Spreading joy is what we do. Foaming to cup. That is how we brew it up.
Raising the price of chicken. When it comes to meat, it doesn't get much better than chicken. It's a versatile food, cheap, healthy, and you get a lot of bang for your buck. But maybe we should be paying even less bucks?
Think about this as something that is a punishment to the market for having done some bad behavior.
Back in October of 2021, Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson alleged that 19 different chicken producers were artificially inflating the price of the meat. According to Ferguson, these companies were intentionally manipulating the supply of chicken so as to increase the demand and therefore the market.
I ain't go for it.
What you say how big them chickens is?
First of all, this ain't even like whether you could go for it or not. It's like,
They really did.
yeah, they really did this. But just the only ones that got caught, fam. Like, if you can control the market, why not? Feel me? Like, if I could tell you I only got 5 left, so you gotta pay $100 more, why wouldn't I? And you gotta get it. It's not like you don't want no chicken.
Price of the bird.
Washington is the first state to hold chicken production companies accountable for their roles in price fixing.
Ferguson launched a lawsuit against these companies as price fixing is highly illegal.
According to the suit, if you purchase chicken in 24 states, including the Carolinas from 2009 through 2020, you could be eligible to receive a payment from a $181 million class action settlement.
As of April 2023.
By the time they get that bit gonna be $10. How many people gonna be on that bit? 181 million million people gonna be on that motherfucker too. You know how many people bought chicken at that time? Did you hear the span? 2009 to 2020. 11 years of selling chicken. $181 million.
Y'all got off way more than that.
I think it should have been.
Man, that was water under the bridge. That was water under the bridge, man. Them people got off like a motherfucker.
They made that the first year.
That ain't no, that wasn't no cheating. Them people, $1 billion company. I think it's probably, I ain't even gonna say. I don't want people to
14 of the 19 companies have settled with Ferguson, resulting in earnings of $35 million. You can stop Meta from owning your photos. There are countless conspiracy theories regarding Meta platforms, the conglomerate that owns both Facebook and Instagram. For example, many people are convinced that Facebook is eavesdropping on your conversations and giving you targeted ads in response.
Yeah.
Hey,
There's no doubt.
real shit. I'll beat y'all up. I just want to say that.
Conspiracy theory that gets passed around that we listen to what's going on your microphone and use that for ads.
Right.
We don't do that.
But there's another theory.
He just looked dead in the camera and lied.
What did he say?
He said it's a conspiracy theory that we listen through your microphone to your ads. I meant to your conversation and then suggest ads.
That's a lot. They do.
They do that.
Fair the shit that say that shit with a shirt with your birthday, your
name on it.
All that age.
Damn, bro.
All that shit be there. Ad, only you can see that's for you. How the fuck you? Come on, fam. Like, be fucking free. I swear I'll be talking about some shit. The ad will come right back up on the fucking
We can
Facebook.
vlog for 2 days, talk about pork chops, and then before you know it, on my timeline, pork chop.
Alright.
Around the use of private photo.
You think that's just the iPhone, or do you think it's all phones now?
I think they was talking about Meta, the company Meta.
Meta?
Yeah.
Meta, wow.
They bought out Instagram, they got Facebook, all that shit. The ads be swinging.
According to the theory, Meta owns every photo that you upload, and they can do whatever they want with it unless you specify otherwise in a post. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. You agreed to give Meta access to your photos when you signed up. It's explicitly in the terms of service.
This means even if you post a notice claiming that you don't give Facebook permission to use your data or photos, you already told them it was okay.
And that's far more lawfully binding than some random chain message that you repost on your feed.
Nothing is impossible. You just have to kind of keep running through the walls.
Walmart and Jade Helm 15. Back in 2015, Walmart suddenly closed 5 stores across the United States, resulting in more than 2,000 people losing their jobs. According to the company, the buildings had suffered extensive plumbing issues that were too costly and time-consuming to fix.
Walmart officials didn't even mention plumbing issues.
According to others, it was because the employees were unionizing. Regardless, the closure resulted in an even greater conspiracy involving the U.S. military.
I don't have the specifics on what it actually is. I just know that at this store we've had recurring issues.
According to believers, martial law would be enacted, and these closed stores would be used as military facilities, or even worse, FEMA concentration camps for captured American citizens. Of course, nothing of the sort.
I remember that.
I didn't hear nothing about that.
I remember when they closed down Walmart, they were saying they had FEMA camps in this.
I seen like videos from inside of some of them.
I remember that too.
That's crazy. I ain't even gonna cap. I never heard of that. What y'all think it was for?
I can go for the unionizing, like, okay, we just gonna shut these down. You know what I'm saying? Kill all that. Y'all wanna join together? Yeah. Find another Walmart. And just think about it, Super Walmart was like the biggest stores, like, you feel me? Like,
Ever.
yeah,
Damn
so
near.
like, and I seen videos of the concentration camps they done had inside these big warehouses like that.
Recurred. Nope, these were just closed Walmarts. It happens. Apple enacts planned obsolescence.
The company saying, we know that some of you feel Apple has let you down. We apologize.
In the economic industry, planned obsolescence refers to a device that is purposely rendered obsolete by its maker. For example, many believe that Apple designs their iPhones to die after a certain number of years so that users will be forced to buy the newest, latest, and greatest.
The idea with planned obsolescence is that there is intent. There is a smoke-filled room with evil people that are saying, "Wahaha, we're going to."
That's facts. I ain't even gonna cap. No funny business, right? The craziest shit every time that's gonna happen to me. One, when it's about, if I get maybe 2 or 3 iPhones behind, it's one of those, I can't remember exactly, my phone would just start glitching out, going slow, doing this weird shit, you know what I'm saying? Like constantly. And another thing is that if I go in there and look into buying another phone and don't get it, that bitch go to glitching out every time, man. Go to fucking out.
What I do know that'll help is not updating it. Like, cause when you go to updating it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's like you'll get like stuff that this phone's supposed to do that your phone don't do. So it just like
don't correlate.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like
bullshit.
They make these things die in 18 months. I'm not sure it works that way. Instead, the way that this works is that the marketing people are saying to the product designers, don't put any effort into making this thing last longer than the lifespan of the original battery.
In 2017, a supposed Harvard study even made the rounds that seemingly proved this idea. But this isn't true. It's true that older iPhones get slower once new iOS upgrades are released, but that's because the aged batteries cannot handle its demands.
Battery can surge, and that causes the phone to shut down, a problem that many of us have had.
So yes, old phones do slow down, and yes, you will have to buy a new one. But that's simply the nature of technology, and not the result of some grand planned obsolescence conspiracy.
Apple acknowledged the problem and said iOS 10.2.1 would reduce the amount of unexpected shutdowns.
New Coke was bad on purpose. There are corporate disasters, and then there's New Coke. Making its big rollout in April 1985, New Coke was a reformulated version of the classic beverage. Coca-Cola had seen diminishing sales, and New Coke was the company's attempt at revitalizing the brand. Well, it didn't work. The product was widely hated, and the experiment was considered an enormous disaster.
What they hadn't factored in was the huge emotional attachment there was to this brand.
Classic Coke was then reintroduced just 3 months later to great success. However, this raised some eyebrows. Skeptics believe that old Coke had pulled a fast one and intentionally made New Coke bad, thereby spiking demand and sales for Classic Coke.
Spiking what? We take the Coke out, y'all don't like it. So now we gotta put the Coke back in there.
Which is gonna make y'all get back on.
By that time,
What you think? Legit, with your heart, do you think that's what they did?
Yeah, I think everybody know they took the Coke out. But
They know. I believe they did that. That's real. We
I think
watching
around
that.
that time-
I'm saying, do you believe that they actually took it out because they knew they was gonna double back and put the old one back in?
No,
They-
I think they did because the
You
laws
think?
was changing.
For
Cocaine.
got you.
Back in the day, you know, that was the biggest drug, you know, that shit.
And then they found a way
The
around it.
government
They
was the
got it.
people bringing the cocaine in.
Right, but they couldn't say you put it in the coke if everybody get put on beat. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if I test it and I'm at the house and they still got coke in it, then what the fuck you gonna do? I'm gonna keep suing you. You're gonna keep fucking busting your head because it's against the law.
It's a decent conspiracy theory, but it has no basis in reality. As company president Donald Kioff put it, quote, "We're not that smart."
It'll shake up the world. It's the way it should be. It's just how you feel when you know it's for real.
McDonald's and the IRA. This conspiracy theory has enormous implications and could do some extreme damage to the reputation of McDonald's. Thankfully, not a lick of it is true, so you can enjoy your Big Macs guilt-free.
Derek, what about your diet?
I have weaknesses. I'm trying to find them. Sometimes they get the best of me.
The theory stretches back to the 80s, when McDonald's was accused of providing money to a group called the Provisional Irish Republican Army. Known widely as the IRA, this was a terrorist organization that fought for Northern Irish independence.
The truth is that very few of the Irish nation supported this quixotic revolt. The vast majority of the Irish people thought of these revolutionaries as a scandalous joke.
In a turn of events, the theory was traced back to CNN, which was discussing the company's use of IRAs, or individual retirement accounts. Someone had mixed up pension planning for terrorism, and a bizarre conspiracy theory Pharma commits fraud. A private pharmaceutical company, Purdue Pharma, has a sketchy history.
I'm profoundly sorry.
I am deeply and profoundly sorry.
It once paid.
I ain't even gonna lie, no funny shit. Public apologies are issued. Profoundly is gonna be in there somewhere. Every time. You gotta look at it. I wanna say I am profoundly sorry. Deeply from the bottom of my heart, for me, to him, and to him,
to you,
and to you guys out there. Man, shut the fuck
Like,
up with
what?
that bullshit.
Fined for lying about the addictive properties of OxyContin, and then in 2020 it was found guilty of numerous conspiracy theories. Basically, Purdue was giving kickbacks to distributors so they would sell more of their product, and then lied about doing so to the Drug Enforcement Administration. even worse, they intentionally sold their product knowing that it was going to abusers, thereby fueling the ongoing opioid epidemic to get rich.
Since 1998, doctors have observed patients developing addiction.
Fam, on no bullshit side, I feel like all big companies do this in some kind of way, form, or fashion. They're gonna, not only that, they're gonna cut corners. You know what I'm saying? And if, in order to beat, like, if we all got the same thing, how are we not gonna eventually break even? Mine's cheaper, they're gonna go with the cheaper one, or some people that feels like, you know, they got money, they're gonna get their more expensive one, however it goes. But in order to really get a severe lead on the competition, you have to cut a corner, or you have to have something that nobody else has.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Which comes in with the coke and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yet in this internal memo, the laboratory keeps on encouraging its representatives to sell at all costs their miracle pill, using bonuses, premiums, and all sorts of gadgets.
As U.S. Attorney Christina Nolan succinctly put it, quote, Purdue put opioid profits ahead of people. It sounds like a conspiracy theory, but it's 100% true. It cost Purdue billions of dollars, and the resulting controversy forced the company to rebrand.
The company's agreed to an $8 million settlement. However, it's likely only to pay a fraction of that amidst bankruptcy proceedings.
Operation Berkshire. The title Operation conveys a powerful exercise that is meticulously planned and flawlessly executed. And Operation Berkshire was all about smoking. Specifically, the tobacco industry's efforts to keep people smoking. It was started by Imperial Tobacco Chairman Tony Garrett in 1976, who gathered the CEOs of 7 major companies. According to a document written by the Brown and Williamson Tobacco Corporation, Operation Berkshire, quote, monitored anti-tobacco organizations and
Mike, you smoke cigarettes, right?
No.
You ever did?
Not cigarette. I done smoked the black and mild before.
So you know you smoke cigarettes? Yeah. So y'all can't answer this. I was wondering, like, I don't know, I guess it's like gas. Being hooked.
No.
On the cigarette. No?
No.
Even when I smoked tobacco, I hate it.
I never, like, I smoked a cigarette for, like, trying it out to see what it'd be like. That shit nasty as fuck. I tried it one time, shit was so nasty.
I think it's more of like, I guess you could say that. Because for some people, they say it calm their nerves.
I ain't gonna lie, Mike look like he smoked cigarettes. Like,
You know what? I just thought about I smoked a rib up the road.
That's what I say. You look like you smoke ribs.
But that shit was
Oh, for sure, he look like he smoked ribs. See out there with his little G-Shock watch out there with his, and you know he take his pictures like this. I'm on a turn, free me.
rebutted data and allegations from anti-smoking forces. Basically, they created a unified front and battled the increasing public scrutiny on smoking cigarettes. They even lied to Congress by claiming that nicotine was not addictive.
I believe nicotine is not addictive, yes.
Mr. Johnston.
Congressman, cigarettes and nicotine clearly do not meet the classic definitions of addiction.
Operation Berkshire wasn't...
What? Anything can be addictive. Like, what? Gambling can be addictive.
But,
like,
tobacco
has literal...
It's damn near like, not drugs, but it's like, it becomes a necessity.
Right.
Like you can't, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody, I need a cigarette. People could get out of it, but you know a lot of people don't. And I ain't gonna lie, I feel like it's a mind thing, a lot. But at the end of the day, like, you could say it's a mind thing, but how do you know when you don't know what you're addicted to?
Right.
Like you might be addicted to something that you unconsciously do every day that you don't know you could really break if you had to.
Right.
You might not have to right now.
Right.
But if you was forced in the position to have to, then you would know you were addicted. You feel what I'm saying?
Publicly unveiled until 1998, meaning that it was conducted in secret for over 20 years.
I ain't gonna lie. So you say you want to rip out the road? Yeah, that just wasn't for you then. That shit ain't had you like, you had a lot of niggas come home smoking cigarettes after that shit. I ain't gonna cap it. Yeah, you ain't like that.
Smoke, I found some 6180.
I know. He knows up, boy. He over there in jail call. That's a jail tag, man. Man, we just gave y'all another one, man. We're gonna keep dishing them out. Tell us how y'all like this one. Tell us how y'all like the other ones. And which direction y'all want us to do more of. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. We love y'all sitting here vibing with us, catching the vibe, man. It's Novocaine.
Like,
share, and subscribe, man. Like, share, subscribe. I'll let us know the vibes.
This not a lie drill, nigga. This is not a fire drill, nigga. This the real thing.